Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Curse of Oak Island hints Vikings arrived in the past. The Curse of Oak Island hinted that Vikings possibly arrived on the island in the past. This comes as the team waits for the tunnels to allow them to go underground and explore the rooms they believe might hold treasure. Here is a look at why the guys think that Vikings arrived on the island. The Curse of Oak Island hints at Vikings. In the last episode of The Curse of Oak Island, the team found a mysterious artifact. Viking said that the artifact might mean that Vikings arrived on Oak Island over 1,000 years ago. This was a positive moment on the show, especially considering that things didn't go well for the guys up to that point. This was when government bureaucracy stepped in to halt the excavation. Luckily, there is a lot to explore on the Curse of Oak Island. Even now, after so many years, the team has picked over the entire island for clues. However, they are still finding things. Gary Drayton and Jack Begley went to Lot 8, and they found a metal plate with an insignia on it. The copper object on Oak Island proved to possibly be extremely old and European. This last The Curse of Oak Island episode added some conjecture to the object. Mine expert Dr. Edwin Barnhart looked at the copper object again and said that it was only made in Europe. He then said that he felt it could have Viking origins from somewhere between the 8th and 11th centuries. According to Dr. Barnhart, the Vikings used brass to place over several objects. He also said that the Vikings could have reached Greenland and Newfoundland during the 10th century, and they could have arrived on Oak Island. While everyone talked about the Templar Knights, the introduction of Vikings sends the timeline back even more years into the past. Also remember, the team found a Viking coin on Oak Island in 1996 on Lot 5. When will fans go underground on the Curse of Oak Island? The entire discovery and discussion of Vikings happened around the same time that the plans to excavate the garden shaft screeched to a halt. While the Curse of Oak Island guys hired the Dumas Mining Company to excavate for them, the Canadian government stepped in. Unfortunately, they stopped everything for now. This is because the entire operation was labeled as a mining operation since they were excavating. While this was just to get underground to find these possible tunnels and rooms, the government sees it as mining. This really threw off Rick and Marty Lagina, who knew that this would make it stretch out for a longer period of time. Do you think this artifact was from Vikings on the Curse of Oak Island? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. In the dimming light of a Nova Scotian twilight, the wind whispered secrets long forgotten across the surface of the enigmatic Oak Island. For centuries, this small patch of land off the coast of Canada has tantalized treasure hunters, historians, and the curious with its promises of hidden riches and ancient mysteries. The legends tell of buried pirate gold, the Ark of the Covenant, and even the secrets of the Knights Templar. However, recent discoveries suggest a narrative even more tantalizing and historically significant. The Vikings may have arrived on Oak Island long before any other European explorers set foot in the New World. The idea of Viking presence on Oak Island first emerged from a series of compelling but cryptic artifacts. Among these was a weathered stone carved with runic symbols, discovered deep within the infamous Money Pit. Initially dismissed as a hoax or misinterpretation, further analysis by runologists revealed the markings were consistent with Norse inscriptions from the late 10th century. The runes seemed to narrate a journey across the Atlantic, describing a treacherous voyage undertaken by a group of seafarers seeking new lands and untold wealth. This discovery sparked a renewed frenzy of investigation. Archaeologists and historians converged on Oak Island, digging into the soil and archives alike. They sought to piece together a coherent narrative that could explain how and why Norse adventurers might have made it to this remote part of the world. The traditional narrative of Viking exploration, centered on Greenland and Newfoundland, did not easily accommodate a stop at Oak Island, but the evidence was mounting. Further excavations unearthed more intriguing artifacts, a fragmented but distinctively styled brooch, remnants of a Norse longboat's rivets, and a carved wooden idol reminiscent of the god Thor. Each find added weight to the hypothesis that Oak Island was once a waypoint or even a settlement for Viking explorers. One of the most compelling pieces was a shard of what appeared to be a Norse sunstone, a navigational tool used by Vikings to locate the sun on cloudy days, crucial for long sea voyages. The true turning point in this unfolding historical drama came with the discovery of a large stone slab inscribed with a detailed map. This map, carved with both Latin and runic text, seemed to depict a portion of Nova Scotia's coastline, with Oak Island marked by a symbol resembling a Viking longhouse. The Latin inscriptions provided clues to the island's significance, referring to it as Terra Secretorum, the land of secrets. The runic text, once deciphered, suggested the presence of a great hoard, buried to ensure the wealth and safety of a Norse settlement against the encroaching threat of other European explorers. Historical records from Iceland and Greenland were revisited with this new context in mind. Sagas and chronicles, once dismissed as mere legends, were re-evaluated. One such saga, the Skuldborg saga, told the tale of a Norse chieftain named Leif Prodmarsson, who ventured further than any of his kin, driven by a prophecy of a hidden land that held the keys to immense power and prosperity. Prodmarsson's journey, as detailed in the saga, eerily mirrored the inscriptions and artifacts found on Oak Island. But why would the Vikings have come to Oak Island in the first place? Theories abounded. Some suggested it was a simple matter of exploration and expansion, a continuation of their known voyages to Greenland and Vinland. Others posited a more strategic reason. Oak Island's unique location and resources made it an ideal hidden base for further incursions into the continent, far from the eyes of rival European powers. The more mystical interpretations of the Oak Island mystery gained traction too. The Vikings, deeply spiritual and superstitious, may have been drawn by tales of the island's powerful ley lines and its rumored connection to ancient otherworldly forces. Some even speculated that the island could have been seen as a portal to the realms of the gods, a place where the earthly and the divine intersected. The treasure hunts continued, now driven by the tantalizing possibility that they were not merely seeking gold or jewels, but the remnants of a lost Norse legacy. Theories about the infamous money pit itself began to shift. What if it was not a pit designed to trap treasure seekers, but rather a sophisticated Viking storage chamber designed to protect their most valuable possessions from both man and nature? As the hunt progressed, modern technology was employed to unlock Oak Island's secrets. Ground-penetrating radar, sonar mapping, and remote-operated underwater vehicles were used to explore the island and the surrounding waters. These efforts yielded yet more tantalizing clues. Submerged structures resembling docks or ship moorings, and anomalies beneath the ground that hinted at large, man-made cavities.